I was 15 years old, and I was hanging out with this female, and she said, "Adriana, do you like to go to a party?" And I was like, "Yes." So we went to this party, but I never made it out. First, I was kidnapped, then I was drugged every night, and I was forced to sleep with all type of men. It was 3 other girls locked in the basement with me. I was in there for like 6 months. It was concrete, it was dirty, it stunk. I thought I was gonna never make it out. Finally, one of the girls escaped, and she led the police to us. I heard the police pounding on her door, and they said, "This is the sheriff's office, open up." And I was just so relieved. I was like crying, and it wasn't like sad tears, it was happy tears, because I was ready to see my mom and my sisters, and I was only 15 years old. Before the trial, I had met Kwane, and he convinced me to testify. That man is now serving 30 years for child sex trafficking. I was in a witness protection program, and Kwame stuck with me through the whole thing. I got pregnant once I got out. I got pregnant with twins. Then we broke up, and then I met Jeremy, and I got pregnant, and now I'm at this part of my life where I'm trying to figure out who's my youngest child, Dad. The relationship that I had between Kwame and Jeremy has been very on and off. Kwame is a wonderful father to my twin boys, but I know he's not the father of my youngest. He really wants to be the father, but I know he isn't. I'm really hoping Jeremy is the father, because he's been supporting my youngest child ever since I was pregnant with him. I really don't think Kwame is the father of my youngest child, because my youngest child don't look nothing like my other two. Like, you could tell a white man's his daddy. On top of that, me and Kwame wasn't even together when I got pregnant. But I had Kwame to sign a birth certificate because I didn't want all 3 of my sons to have different last names. And also, I was mad at Jeremy at the time. 2 wonderful guys that want to be the father, but it only come down to one, and I think it's Jeremy.
So she opened up to you about being a victim of this sex trafficking ring?
Yes, after a while of us getting to know each other and talking, and she told me some stuff that was going on, and I told her she had to get away from that.
And do you feel like she's overcome this?
Not exactly.
Well, I mean, I gotta imagine when you go through something like this, it's gonna stay with you for a long time if it ever goes away completely.
Yeah, I don't think anything like that would ever go away for her, but at the same time, I'm here to help her, and I try my hardest to help her and do everything that I can do for her. She told me when we found out that she was pregnant that there's a slight possibility that he wasn't mine because she had been with another man. But look at him, like he looks just like me.
How old is he now?
He's about to be 3 in August.
Does he call you Dad?
Yes.
Okay. Does he call the other guy Dad?
Not that I know of, and I doubt that he does, and if he does, it's only because she's telling him to call him that. He didn't even have, she didn't have to tell him to call me Dad for him to call me Dad.
But you, like, as of today, are you in a relationship with Adriana or no?
We do co-parenting. We're really good at doing the co-parenting thing.
But you're not.
No, we're not in a relationship.
Okay. What if it would turn out that he's not your biological son?
He's still my son.
Okay, there you go. Do you still want to be in a relationship with Adriana?
To an extent. Now, when I say I do want to be in a relationship with her, it's due to the kids. I never wanted to break up with her. I told her that I wanted to marry her eventually, you know, and I told her that we needed to do this. Neither one of us have had our dads, so we both know what that's like growing up. Let's show our kids something different. Let's be the family for them.
Now, she says she's sure that you're not the dad.
I don't understand why she's saying that she's sure that I'm not the dad. Now, all of a sudden, you let me sign the birth certificate. I have that baby right there, y'all. I have him every weekend. Or I just had him for 3 months straight, and now we're back to doing the weekends because my twins is starting school. So I have them all the time. Where this Jeremy guy comes from, I don't really know.
So you do see a resemblance between all 3 boys, right?
They look like triplets. People, when I have them out in public, sometimes they think I have triplets.
It's been abusive. Well, we was in an abusive relationship. That's the reason why we not together, and I don't want that for my kids.
Okay. So you feel it's best to be apart?
Yes.
Okay. He does, the one point is, I mean, I can kind of understand you would like have the boys to all have the same last name, but aren't you giving him a false identity by making him think that he's whatever his last name is?
Yes, I guess.
Okay. And are you 100% sure? Why are you 100% sure that he's not the father? Because just from looking at the three boys, they look very similar.
Because they look like me, that's why. But
They do look like him too, though.
I'm glad that you said that.
As far as Kwane, do you want to be in a relationship with him or no?
no.
No. Okay. Before we bring out Jeremy, he made a tape. Why don't we take a look at that right now?
I first met Adriana when she was 6 months pregnant with her twins. Met her over a friend's house, started talking, got to know each other, liking it, started to move on, you know. And then, let's say about 3 or 4 months down the road, I realized that she was going back and forth with Kwane and myself, and I had to back off for a little bit. And then I found out later on that she was pregnant with my baby. And we got back together, you know, things just didn't work out, and that was pretty much it. The day she gave birth, she had Kwane sign the birth certificate, knowing damn well that it's not his. You know, I'm here today to find out if he's really, really mine or not. So my relationship with my son is so good. There's certain things that he does that I used to do when I was a kid. You know, his looks, his little smirks from time to time. I mean, it's just all me, you know? I mean, from the moment I saw him when he was born, you know, his ears are just identical to mine. There was a picture of me when I was about 2 or 3 years old with the Easter Bunny. It's a little smirk that I made. I catch my son doing that smirk all the time. I ended up ordering a DNA kit online. I ended up taking it. It came back negative, which I don't believe. I would have to say that's a defective test. I'm excited today, you know, to finally know if he's really mine or not. And if he is, I'm gonna be the #1 dad in the world, let's put it that way.
My ears, man. You can't ignore that.
Don't
And
come
you
out here
can't-
talking crazy now. Don't do
The-
that.
the ears-
I just told Steve I wasn't going to do nothing to you. So.
No,
Play it
I'm
kosher.
cool. We're
You
cool
might
and
as well
kosher.
play it
We're cool
kosher
and
right
kosher.
now.
You're
because
saying
we
that
gotta
the
go
little
back
boy
home.
has your ears?
Yeah, it has my ears, my eyes.
Where do you figure any of that at?
How do you know?
Where do you figure any of that?
How do you
I don't
not?
see the ears.
I don't see
No?
him
I
neither.
see him.
Steve don't even see him.
Well, we would
I know.
definitely
It
find
has
out.
And
be
Steve
mine.
beat for that.
No, but I'm saying, I mean, so you do believe that this is your son?
Yes.
Why?
Okay. Were you the only one? Well, no, she said that there is a possibility that somebody else
Yes.
also could be.
Yes.
But you were very intimate with her at the time she conceived?
Yes.
Yes?
There was a lot of guys intimate with her at the time she conceived. I
Really?
was too.
Really?
You
No.
did take a DNA test, and Jeremy, the results of that DNA test is that you are not the father of Adriana's
I'm not either.
2-year-old son.
Go sit down, Bert. I told
You not
you.
either. Watch. Go ahead.
Now what you
read
gonna
the
do?
next one.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do if he is mine?
Okay, can you just read the next result?
I'm going to.
Okay.
But I feel bad for Jeremy because he obviously wanted to be this little boy's father.
Unbelievable.
Well, he still has a chance to have a firstborn, so that's good.
He a dork. He don't need no kids right now.
Do you feel bad for Jeremy?
Yes.
For what?
Just read the results.
Why? Why do you feel bad for him? Huh?
And you don't want him to be the father, right?
But it's so crazy. But it's so crazy though that she feels bad for him not being a dad, but ain't gonna feel bad for me. And I've been the one going to jail for past due child support. I've been the one buying him clothes.
should pay your child
I've been the
support.
one. I've been the one picking him up.
Kwame came here and took a DNA test, and the results of your 2-year-old son is that you are the father.
Out of here.
What?
My face.
What?
Get him out my
What?
face. Get him out my face.
Wait.
Ain't
it.
I
I
wish
wouldn't have signed it if I didn't feel I was. I wouldn't have signed it if I felt like I wasn't. Not no dummy. Little goofy.
Don't follow me! Please don't follow me!
She
Don't
thought she was gonna come up here and climb me.
No, you're not.
Shut the door.
I don't think it's going to be, you know, white picket fence between you and her, right?
Never.
You're going to have tough times because this situation is volatile still. You can't blame her. I mean, what that poor girl went through being, you know, kept in a basement, a sex slave for 6 months, she's going to have issues. I mean, and that's to be expected. So you have to be more sensitive to that.
No. I very much love her. I love her. That's one thing that I'm not gonna let this stage, I'm not gonna let you guys don't know us. I take care of her. I love her.
Right.
No matter what she does with all of that, sometimes I just get mad and I let some of my emotions flow out sometimes,
Sure.
and that's kind of
But
what
you
we
might need to
experience
ratchet
now.
up the sensitivity,
Yeah,
is all
definitely.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
And listen,
I definitely.
you're blessed with 3 beautiful boys. I hope you'll be a good father to them,
Yes.
and I hope you'll be nice to her.
Nice meeting you.
Do you want to tell your story on the Steve Wilkos Show? Visit the link in the description to get my help.